Multimedia's sole purpose is to convey emotions. At present, anime is mainstream because it conveys emotions in beautiful ways. On one hand, there are animes that choose the standard cliché route, while on the other hand, they break the very rules of storytelling. You got animes like To Love Ru, Rent a Girlfriend, High School DxD, Domestic Girl, and many more that have their cliché and niche. They are catered to people of particular taste. However, some animes like Death Note, Code Geass, and the Monogatari series have blown our minds off with their writing. The attention to detail in them needs a lot of praising and compliments. I love anime because it can give a watcher roller coaster of emotions. But when laid back and emotional themes mix into one, it creates something magical. Ousama ranking is the evidence that something simple can be a top tier anime. This anime made me cry on episode 2. I'm not a crier, but episode 2 hit me in the feels. The main character, Bojji, is such an endearing character that cannot be hated. He's one of the best handicapped characters written in fiction. Bojji is deaf and is incapable of speaking. He is the crown prince of Bosei Kingdom. In the world of Ousama ranking, the kings are nominated and ranked. A respected strong king, capable of beating heroes and has access to armies of strong knights, are given the rank of number 1 king amongst other kings. Father of Bojji, King Bose, is ranked 7th and is physically the strongest. Bojji's mother always told Bojji that even without gifts like voices and ears, a person can still be a powerful king. Even through small flashbacks, it is understandable how special Bojji's mother was to him. After the death of his mother, Bojji remembers the kind words of his mother. He aims to be the number 1 Ousama. That is his ambition. Each episode of the anime makes me love him even more. He is such an wholesome protagonist, hoping to one day meet the kindness given by his mother. However, unlike his personality, people surrounding him are so wicked. They mock and laugh at his naiveness. The criticism Bojji endures is a reality to many with disabilities who do not feel they have the right to speak up. It is so sad to see a kid hiding his tears. Every time we see him cry, he quickly gets back up for another struggle. The second episode, where injured Bojji was trying to pick up the sword, honestly broke my heart. He struggles to pick up the sword but to no avail, as he was a person with zero physical abilities. Bojji never slacked off, but his efforts showed no result. It is so fortunate that Bojji made people like Kage and Despa, which leads me to the next thing I like after Bojji, the side characters. I have said before that the side characters make or break a show. Good villains and heroes are mandatory for a good show. But what an anime needs for the top spot at the pedestal are excellently written side characters. Without good side characters, an anime will lose its retention. The side characters in Ousama ranking are well written. Kage's backstory made me realize that Ousama ranking is an hidden gem. His backstory was so sad. First of all, he lost his mother in front of him. Secondly, he suffered from starvation. And lastly, he getting used by a drunkard for money. His backstory made it difficult to look at my screen. Kage even loved that drunk person and cried after his death. Like, give my man a little bit of rest. His backstory kept piling up pain and loneliness. Meeting with Bojji was fortunate not only for Bojji but for himself also. His and Bojji's relationship put a smile on my face. Both are miserable, but after episode 2, at least they have each other. I am not familiar with the author of Ousama ranking, but he has a talent for writing characters. I praise the author again because of how the stepmother relationship was handled. I am very sick with the jealous stepmom trope. At the beginning phase, that was the only off-putting thing for me in this anime. But Queen Hiling has become one of my favorite characters in Ousama ranking. She is such a well-written character. She loves Bojji like he was her son, and I love her for that affection. Instead of mocking Bojji like many, she wanted Bojji to call her a mother. Hiling tries countless times to gain the trust of Bojji. She heals Bojji from fatal injuries and even jumps from a building for her quote-unquote stepson. If that is not mother instinct, I do not know what is. This anime main selling point is the characters in it. I am a character driven person, so it hit me with various kind of emotion. Even one-liners of side characters like a person of higher post have responsibility we cannot imagine, so we must not question the work given to us, are so poetic and something to ponder. See, the world of Ousama ranking feels real and not made up. The author does not shy away from giving screen time to the side characters. Sometimes the protagonist is out of focus and side characters are the focus point. It has such good writing. I love every single bit of it. One other thing I want to discuss is the animation. The design, pacing, and animation style gave me waves of nostalgia. The animation is the kind of animation I watched in my childhood. The 2D hand-drawn animation is such a vibe for me. The laid-back adventure feels and the contrast of emotionally sad moments fill me with great satisfaction. As I have said in previous videos, contrast creates focus and this show nails that concept. One last thing before ending this video is calling back the star of the show, Bojji. I love Bojji not only because of his personality but also for what he represents. My favorite movie of all time is A Silent Voice. A Silent Voice put forth two themes and executed them beautifully. One is to love yourself through the perspective of Ishida, and the other is the struggle disabled people go through. I am not qualified to say this, but I think this movie showed many setbacks and limitations of being a handicap. The feelings of being an outcast, unable to do things most people can do, feeling of pain and loneliness, and the topic of bullying. I cannot imagine what they go through. However, through this kind of media, it spreads awareness of the struggles and obstacles they face every day. Many authors shy away from focusing on a disabled person in their fiction because it is a big responsibility and a big shoe to fill. So, to all authors that represent those beautiful people, I have mad respect to you. Ousama ranking gained that respect from me as well. You sense the pain Bojji is feeling. When his sensei learned sign languages, he tried to talk in return. Those kind of moments make this a top tier show. This is definitely in my top 30 list of all time and might very well be in my top 10 after season 1 ends. I cannot wait for other episodes to drop. I finished 13 episodes of Ousama ranking in one sitting. I could not stop watching it, and in the end, I was craving for more. It always had a grasp on my attention. I was never bored of it. It has a special place in my heart. I have discussed the things I wanted to discuss, so I will end this video here. This will be Dungeon signing out.